Yo, what's up everybody? It's Drewberry and I'm back with another custom card video. Let's go. This time we're going to be talking about cards with no abilities or cards that have no ability in its text, and there was a lot of creative applications. I'm excited to get to the winners to show you guys what you came up with, but really quickly we got to talk about the next challenge. So it's going to be a 2-week challenge. Okay, I'm going on vacation. I'm not going to be around next weekend, so I want to have the time to review all these cards. So we're extending it by 1 week. That's going to lead us right up to Halloween, right? We're going to be a few days short of Halloween, so I thought, what a great time to use the theme of being spooky. It's that spooky time of year, right? Something scary, something Halloweeny, whatever you want to come up with, that typical fall season flavor is what I'm looking for. And you're probably wondering the biggest question here, Drew, does it have to be a Marvel character? No, it doesn't. I put Marvel there as the theme to just emphasize that it has to be a Marvel character. If I do not put that, then it can be anything. Or if I put a specific type of character, it's got to be that type of character. In this theme, it's just spooky, scary, Halloween, whatever you want to do with it, okay? But the keyword is on reveal. So it's got to either be an on reveal card or have the keyword on reveal in its text, okay? That's what we're looking for. And that's the challenge. 2 weeks, give me your best. And here's how you can submit. So you just join the Berryverse Discord. We'll have the link in the description below. Very easy to do. We talk about custom cards. We talk about leaks and data mines, balance, all kinds of things. It's a great community that we have there. And you can create a custom card with that link right here, and you can post one submission in the weekly challenge channel. Please just post one. Go back and delete an old one if you want to resubmit something new. That's no problem. If I see multiples from the same user, I'm not going to consider it to win in the video for this challenge, okay? And speaking of winners, we got a season pass winner, Retsu, right here with Graviton as their card. Now, it doesn't really matter what the card is to be a season pass winner. All you have to do is submit a card for the challenge, okay, to have a chance to win a season pass. And this time it was Retsu, so congratulations. I'll reach out to you if you want the October season pass or the November one, okay? So there we go. That is our season pass winner. That is the next challenge. Now, really quickly, before we get into it, I just want to say, if you love these challenges, you love these videos, if you could smack the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, it does a lot for the channel, and it also lets me know that you guys like these videos, and it motivates me to keep doing these challenges, okay? So I'd really appreciate it if you did that, and let's get to the winners. All right, so really quickly, here is my card. Now, I know this is crazy, but I would be really excited if this card joined Marvel Snap. I think there's a lot of cool applications. It's a no ability card. I think a lot of people were thinking for no ability, oh, maybe we should go to 7 energy or blah, 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 or maybe even negative energy, and then you get like bonus surplus energy the next turn. I don't even know. I think this would work and be good in Snap. I know, Wasp is a 0/1. Has 2 more power than this card, and they cost the same with the same effect. Why would you want dupe? Right? But here's the thing, stuff decks would love it, right? You throw it over with Viper, that's a 2 energy play. You don't have to rely on drawing that hood, or like having the available energy for the hood, or having a rock out there or whatever. You just straight up 2 energy, you throw over dupe with Viper. I think that's just sick. That's just a really good swing. You take up a spot and you give -1 power to the other side. Another one is Annihilus. This is a data mine card, so I apologize for any spoilers, but if anyone knows, Annihilus is going to throw cards over that have, I believe, 0 or less power on your side of the board to your opponents. And that could be like a dozen cards if there's a dozen of spots available and you got a dozen rocks or whatever. Like, that's what he's going to do. So he would throw dupe over as well as just like a little 5 energy play, because dupe costs nothing. So we've already got some rocks out there, or maybe we got the hood out there, and then you throw dupe, Annihilus, boom. You just got a lot of stuff over to your opponent's side of the board. I think it'd be really fun. I think it'd be cool. It would be so interesting to see if a card like this, if it came out with the current economy and how much cards cost, like 3,000 tokens. I would hope this would be released at 3,000 tokens. But could you imagine spending 3,000 tokens on this? I straight up might do it. I like the decks enough. I think I might. And then on top of that, Jane Foster, Thor, right? Maybe Lockjaw Cycles or something like that, because it costs 0. We've seen people run Yellow Jacket, even if it gives them negative power, net negative power, they'll still use it as a 0 cost card to cycle. Oh, you never know, man. You never know. Maybe it takes off. Maybe it's actually a thing, but I thought it'd be interesting. I thought it'd be thought provoking. Could this be a no ability card in Snap, a 0, -1 power? Should it be a 0, 0. Would that make more sense? 0, -2. I actually think that we start to get into a territory where it's too good. I genuinely do. We're going to get there with all these stuff cards and now this coming out. You got to start to watch out. It could get nasty, but there you go. That's my card. That's dupe. Let's get on to the winners. Number 5, Jack Pack's Witchfire. All right, so Witchfire is a 3/3. After you destroy a friendly card with no ability, return it to your hand as a 6-power demon. This is like double dipping in the no ability stuff, and it's not the only card that double dips in the no ability keyword in this video, but here we have Witchfire. I thought this was a really cool idea and interesting deck building here. So 3/3 maybe Surfer potential, right? But I think we're looking more at like, well, actually still Surfer potential because we're looking at like Killmonger, right? Destroy a bunch of squirrels. So I like like a Squirrel Girl Killmonger package where you destroy 2 squirrels. They come back to your hand as demons. That's pretty nasty. You turn those 1-power cards into like, that's net 2 power. Oh, look at Stan Lee. I don't know why he's so small. I take the random images from the cards, right? Just a bunch of people who submitted and throw them into a file and then it rotates. So sorry for the break there, but that caught me off guard. Okay. So yeah, you get 12 power out of your demons, and then yeah, that seems pretty good. That seems pretty good. But you'd have to do that maybe a few times over. Maybe not 3/3, and then you just get a couple demons and then straight up good enough. You'd have to watch out for opponents Killmonger with the demons, but they have no abilities. Maybe we run a Patriot list. The backup is the Squirrel Girls. If we can get just a few demons off, you also have destroy synergies, going back to the hand synergies. It's returning to your hand. I imagine the squirrel would pop back and then it transforms into a demon. Pretty neat. Now that I really think about it, maybe there is a Killmonger, Witchfire, Venom as well, Deathlock even, like Surfer. There's like a destroy Surfer package coming together pretty nicely here. You could even toss in Brood as a backup, right? Because if you don't destroy the Broodlings, you're fine. You can use them for the Surfer plan. But then as another, roundabout way, you can also use it with Venom, destroy those things, get a couple demons in the hand, throw out the demons. That's pretty nasty. I actually really, really like that. And then also, we do Patriot. Patriot gets buffed by Silver. That's the deck, man. Patriot, Surfer, a bunch of destroy package, and anything that can generate a token, like the Squirrel Girl or the Broodlings. Pretty sick deck. Pretty cool card. I really like the idea of trying to destroy the no abilities for a cool payoff like the demons. I would love to see more cards that involve the demons other than the hood. I think it's pretty neat. So thank you for submitting, Jack Pack. Let's get to number 4. Number 4, Cabbage Cage Copycat. All right, so Copycat is a 4/1 ongoing, has the power of the highest power friendly card with no ability. This is pretty cool. So it's kind of like Taskmaster, but honestly quite different at the same time. So Taskmaster is an on reveal. It's going to set his power to whatever the highest power card is at that given moment. Should that card be destroyed afterwards, doesn't matter. Taskmaster has adapted that power and it's going to keep that for the remainder of the game, unless it gets hit by Shadow King or something like that. Whereas Copycat is ever changing. So here's the scenario. We play Cyclops, right? Cyclops is on the field. Now your Copycat is a 4/4. Then we look to play Abomination, 4/9. Then we play Hulk as the big finisher. We go up to 4/12. We have Patriot out there, 16. She would go to 16, ongoing effect, going to continuously read the power of those cards and adapt to it. I think it's just sick. I love it. Also synergy with Zabu as well to get it out early. Maybe pair that with the Thing to get just a good amount of power out there. Now, it would not work with High Evolutionary, right? Because High Evolutionary provides secret abilities to these no ability cards so that they don't get puffs by Patriot or anything like that. They don't read as no ability cards any longer. So you can't really make this work with High Evo. You'd have to do something totally different. Now it does work with tokens. So maybe there's a world where we can throw out like a White Tiger or something along those lines and get the power, but there's not too many high power tokens in the game. Maybe that's not the best course of action. So I was thinking, what's really good right now? Shuri Red Skull. And you know what that deck aims to do? Give Red Skull no ability. And I'm pretty sure that would read the same. So basically you remove the ability with 0, Sauron, anything like that. Well, whoa, hold on. Not Sauron, because if we use Sauron, we're going to lose the ability of Copycat. So maybe not that one. But 0 the Red Skull, right? Or Shuri the Red Skull and somehow remove its ability, whatever it is, you're going to get a pretty good payoff on your Copycat. So I thought that could be a sweet little alternate win con. But I really just genuinely like the main line of play of like putting a lot of no ability cards like the Hulk, Abomination, whatever, running Patriot, and just running with that deck. I used to play that a lot where it was just a straight up like value over turn deck with the no ability cards, and then try to use Patriot as a finisher. It's just kind of an early series 3 thing if you get Patriot, and then it kind of, there's other more better things later on like High Evo. So anyways, I thought this was really cool. Cabbage Cage does his own art, so it looks so fresh. Go check him out. I'll have his link in the description below. All right, thank you, Cabbage. Now let's get to number 3. Number 3, Brain Freeze Iron Patriot. All right, so Iron Patriot is a 6/0. On reveal, double the power of all your no ability cards, excluding tokens. So I saw a lot of people trying to do this with this character because it's, a no ability challenge. Patriot exists in the game, and this is a very interesting character that we can make use of. It's a very good idea. This was my favorite one. I feel like it's the most balanced, right? If we're gonna double the power of things, it can't have a lot of power on its base body, and I love the fact that this is excluding tokens. Because my brain first went to Mr. Negative. We got a 6/0 on our hands. We can flip that. That's 6 power. That's great. But because this isn't, affecting tokens, then we're only looking at the base cards in Marvel Snap, and none of them work with Mr. Negative. So you do not want to run that, right? We're talking Hulk, Misty Knight, Wasp, Cyclops, Shocker, I'm out of order, The Thing, Abomination, holy smokes, I hope that's all of them. But there you go, right? All those no ability based cards. That's what we're going to put in our deck. That's what's actually going to get affected by Iron Patriot. So, it's going to be difficult to deck build. You can't use High Evo. You can't use like White Tiger. That would have been crazy, right? White Tiger, Mr. Negative, Iron Patriot. No, you're excluding tokens. And I think that's key to balancing this crazy effect because this is a lot of power. Now, one of the best cards possibly is Ravonna. I was like, whoa, is this Ravonna synergy I'm talking about here? Because you could possibly use Ravonna to discount this to go to a 5/0, and then you play Arnim Zola. And then you play Arnim Zola on the Iron Patriot, which triggers it again and again. And if you've got something like, I don't know, let's go with Cyclops, right? 4 power. He's going to go from 4 to 8 because the first Iron Patriot gets doubled, and there's 2 more. He's going to go 16, then 32. 32 power Cyclops, let's go. He's finally looking pretty buff. Like, that'd be crazy combos. And that's potentially can happen, right? That's a turn 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if you draw those 4 cards, you're good to go. And don't get countered and stuff, and that's a little bit tricky, but you get the idea. And then there's other things like Zero and Sauron, right? Let's get rid of the abilities of the cards in our hands so that they have no abilities and they can benefit from the doubling of the power. Now, that's where this card might get broken. That's where it might not be fair because then you can easily double your Red Skull. Right? You use Sauron, you remove the ability, you're good to go. Your Ebony Maw, 7 to 14. Like, that deck does not need more power. All right? We're already struggling when the opponent has to get Shuri Taskmaster on the field and double things that way. So maybe this would be a little bit bonkers, okay? Maybe you got to find a way where it's only the base cards, like the base no ability cards that exist in the game. It's almost like, in a way, High Evolutionary, right? It's like a deck building aspect, but it's still pretty cool. I think it's still interesting. I like playing with those cards when I can, so I'd love to see it. I thought this was a great idea. Thank you for Brain Freeze. You gave Ravonna a purpose. Let's get to number 2. Number 2, Daisu Kamaru's Maestro. Wow, this card is sick. Okay, I really like this one. I almost made it number 1, but number 1 is insane, guys. Okay, so Maestro is a 7/15. 7 energy. I was waiting for somebody to do this. Now, we have looked at this before, way back when. I think I did another no ability challenge. I had a card in there. It was Legion, actually, at the time, because it hadn't even been data mined. So somebody made a custom card of Legion, and it was a 7/16 no ability. That's what it was. Now, we didn't even have High Evo in the game, so there was no way to put a secret ability to it. So I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. Couldn't that be in Marvel Snap? I mean, you could do things like Lockjaw, Wave, what else? Jubilee, right? To cheat that card out. It's very interesting to think, could that exist in the game? We've actually had developer confirmation that the current no ability base cards that exist in the game, they are not the last ones. So does that mean they're thinking about a 7 energy card? I mean, we got Death in the game at 8 energy, and I think it's always interesting. Why not mess around? Put some higher energy cards. It'd be interesting even if they came out with a card that you know, didn't have a lot of power, so it didn't work with those Lockjaw Jubilee things, but it had more than 6 energy, and it was a crazy ability, right? That'd be interesting too. But here we have Maestro, okay? Why did I choose this one, right? Why did I choose this one? Well, one, I really like the art. And for people who are always complaining about me picking cards with good art, dude, people put in work to make good art for these. Like, I'm going to respect and reward those people that put in the effort to make these amazing custom cards, okay? And this is the Drewberry challenge for custom cards, all right? Like, I value art just a little bit. The theme, ability, that's all important, balance. A little bit on the art too. Looks great. What a great card. But I like that you put a secret ability. Not only that, but you put a secret ability that involves no ability cards. So we're just all over the place here. I love it. This is great. So secret ability, ongoing +1 power for each card with no ability. That's great. And this is your side of the board, their side of the board. So we could use debris. She's going to shoot out 4 rocks. That's going to be +4 power for our Maestro. That's 19 power. Ongoing ability, still cheat him out with Lockjaw, whatever you got to do. Bam. Such a big boy. I love it. We could get to, like, I don't know, you could get to a lot of power. Maybe you run a deck with Hulk as well with no ability just to get him out there. But you probably, well, I shouldn't say that because then you're using High Evo and then he has ability. So I don't know. You got to find ways. It'd be a weird deck. It'd be a weird, like, I don't know, like rock deck trying to throw out rocks. Maybe even White Tiger just to get like another Tiger out there so it gets a little bit more power. I like that it wouldn't get too crazy. And at the same time, it's like you're still going to get countered by the same stuff. Like, does it really matter too much if Maestro gets from 15 to 20? Right? Is it that could swing a game, but it's ultimately not the biggest deal ever. Like Hulk before, like it got nerfed and it's still really good, but he was getting to 22 consistently or 20. And, you know, like 12 to 20. Now that's a jump. 12 to 22. That's a jump. Maestro, if he could get to 25 consistently, that's a jump. But that would require 10 no ability cards on the board. There's no way that would happen. So the jump isn't too crazy. So maybe you opt to not use the secret ability. We just end up running this in like a hella list where you're just discarding it to bring back a lot of power or whatever else. Lockjaw, Wave, Jubilee, those sorts of things. But what I want to know from you guys, is this a good power total to have on a no ability card if it costs 7 energy, 15, 3 power jump from the Hulk? And we also have to now consider that if a card like that were to release, I would presume that it would be giving a secret ability to work with High Evolutionary. So it's got to be balanced that way too, right? Can't be like 16, 17, 18. You can't get up there too much because the secret ability might be too much to push it overbalanced because it works with High Evo in a Wave deck, in a Lockjaw, all those things. Anyways, I think it's very interesting. I love thinking about this stuff. That's why I had the 0, -1. Now we got the 715. Let's go. I think it works. I think this card makes sense. I would love to see it in Snap. That's why I gave it number 2. But let's get to number 1. Number 1, Artist's Gorgon. Holy smokes, dude. This card looks unreal. You outdid yourself with the variants. That mech variant, epic. That top left variant, epic. I even have more to show you guys. Okay, this is a 2-panel card because there's a little bit to talk about. So we got Gorgon here, okay? 4/4, on reveal, transform all other cards at this location into statues, keeping their cost and power. Now, this is crazy, right? And just to give you an idea, it's essentially removing the abilities, right? We're eliminating the text. I'll show you what a statue looks like in a second, but if we're retaining the power, we're retaining the cost, you can say goodbye to your ability. It's like a leech that would affect your hand, but instead it's affecting a specific location, which is nuts. It's like Enchantress, right? Enchantress removes all the ongoing abilities, but this now we're talking about everything. If it's like a triggered ability like Angela, see ya later, Bishop, see ya later, all that kind of stuff, goodbye. Even those on reveals, if they wanted to stack on reveals, right? They wanted to play Odin on top of something, no longer, because that card you were going to play Odin on top of has no ability. It's a statue. It ain't doing nothing. A very interesting, very powerful effect. But here's the kicker. It's reciprocal. So it's going to hit your stuff just as much as it's going to hit your opponent's, which could be a good thing. We could leverage that, right? There's a lot of bad ability cards like Typhoid Mary or whatever else, you got on your side of the board, Lizard, Red Skull. We've seen it before. That maybe you just want to turn into a statue, remove that ability. So maybe this gets put in that list, right? That Shuri Red Skull list. It's funny how many times that list has been pulled up here, but it could work. it could work. It could be a nice option. And then 4 power on the body, possibly leaning on too strong, but I think it'd be very interesting to see. But at the same time, abilities are so good. That's where I'm a little bit torn, but I just love the idea of this card. Now, really quickly, check this out. Okay, so over on the left there, we have another variant, which looks amazing, and then the statues. That's the example of what a statue would look like with the gray, black. I would love that if it actually did that in the game. That was the effect to signify that the Gorgon on reveal hit that card. It became a statue and it actually changed the artwork and the look. It'd be really cool. It's like an Inkify. Here, Inkify your cards. So yeah, no ability. Bam. Your Iron Man is now a 5/0. You're crying in a corner. That sucks. So yeah, that's pretty strong. You can turn off the Iron Man. You can wait until turn 6 to turn off a bunch of things, but they're going to keep their power, right? So if that Angela has been stacking game over game over game, or that Kitty Pryde or whatever else you got going on, they do lose their abilities. But maybe it's not that big of a deal at the end of the game, right? Because maybe they already retained what they needed to do. They already got all those power buffs, and they're fine being locked in, no ability. And then on the other side of the coin, maybe not. There's a lot of ongoing stuff that gets ruined. But then Enchantress does that anyways with 1 more power. So I go back and forth with the balance of this card. It probably would find a way of being too broken, but it's a very interesting tech. I love it. I love the art. Yeah, dude, yourself, artist. Your name's Artist, and you're doing all this great art and stuff. But you guys all submitted so many good cards. Thank you so much. I always love reviewing these. We got the spooky challenge coming up. All right. So pretty liberating, I think. You have a lot of options to create cards, a lot of different characters, and on reveal is pretty basic. So I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.